beautiful friends, and welcome to another video. I'm so beyond grateful that you're here as for always. In this one, I am sharing quote-unquote gourmet meals in under 30 minutes. I know most of us don't have time or simply don't want to spend a long time in the kitchen every single day. Totally understand that. As much as I love to cook, I'm also interested in doing other things in my life. Food is a necessity, so you have to think about it, but it doesn't have to control your waking hours. I've put a little timestamp on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen throughout the video so you guys can get an idea of how long things will take. But I absolutely love to share simple and nourishing meals in every single one of my videos. This one is just very intentional in the under 30-minute mark. And in my opinion, a busy life, well-nourished, is a productive and enjoyable life. And that's also why I love to take AG1 on a daily basis. And thank you to them for sponsoring today's video. If you guys have been hanging out with me for a while, you know I take AG1 every single day. It is in all of my videos because I genuinely love this stuff. I've been using it for 2+ years. And I recommend it to all of my friends, all of my family, and all of you guys on and offline. Everywhere I go, I always have it with me. And they support me in so many facets of this life by just ensuring I'm getting the vitamins, minerals, and antioxidants that boost every single day, as well as supporting my immune system and helping me sustain my energy. If you want to try them out, then you can click the link down in the description box. But without further ado, let's dive into the recipes, and I'll chat a little bit more on AG1 later. So the real reason I like quick meals is so that way I can think about philosophical questions, the universe, God, what does it all mean? Who am I? What even is I? What does my soul want? I need to figure out these questions, and these 30-minute meals help me with more time to do that. But let's dive into our first Buddha bowl. First Buddha bowl. I'm cooking up a ½ cup of brown rice, and then I'm gonna make a super delicious, creamy, herby sauce. If you do not like cilantro, just swap this for basil or parsley. Throw a huge handful of it into your food processor along with kale, an avocado, small avocado, chili oil, lemon juice, salt, garlic powder, and a good splash of water as well. As needed, of course. I didn't give any real measurements. Taste as you go. That's how my heart likes to cook. I just like to figure it out, stick my finger in there, give it a little taste test. Maybe it needs a little more salt. Maybe it needs a little bit more lemon juice. And for more substance for this meal, I'm simply just gonna throw some chopped up green beans and ½ of a block of tempeh into the pot that I cooked the rice in to just warm it up with a little bit of water. Did not do anything else to it. And yes, that in and of itself, a little boring, but with the flavorful sauce, you mix all of that together and delicious. I topped it off with sesame seeds, and for a little bit more color, I threw some paprika on there as well. There's lots of leftover sauce. Just so you're aware, you can snack on that with some carrots, cucumbers, celery, whatever you got in the house throughout the week as well. Or make another Buddha bowl exactly like this. And I was running low on ingredients to start this video, so I went to the grocery store, picked up everything else that I needed for the week, as well as these rice chip things that are so delicious. I don't know why, I just find them so much more satisfying than potato chips, and ate the entire bag on the way home. But that did not stop me into getting into a delicious dinner. I wanted something cozy, I wanted something warming, and I know I've said this in another video, it is summer in the northern hemisphere, but winter in the southern, and it's a little chilly in my cabin. So a warming soup was exactly what I needed. I fried up some onion and some oil, added about 2 liters of water, 2 tablespoons of soup stock, and then quickly threw together this green paste. I'm shoving spinach, basil, parsley, and also some of the soup water into my food processor, and I'm going to blend that up. Instead of throwing the herbs straight into the soup and having like chunks of the herbs, I wanted it to be very combined in there, so that's why I decided to blend it in the food processor. For a little protein, added my lentils, and of course, as always, taste as you go. Maybe the sauce needs a little bit more basil, maybe it needs a little bit more parsley, maybe you want to combine your own things and make your own herby thingy, and just use this as inspiration. For a little more substance, a little more crunch to the soup, I also added green peas. I felt like it needed some acidity as well, so I added ½ of a lemon's juice, salt to taste, and once the lentils were done, then the soup was done. And all in all, it took about 30 minutes to finish. And there was lots of leftovers as well. I enjoyed this soup with a little bit of vegan cheese on top. I don't usually buy vegan cheese, like that's not usually my jam, but I decided to test this one out. It was on sale at the grocery store and it was like a vegan hard cheese. And honestly, it was pretty good. I actually thoroughly enjoyed it and felt like it added some value to the meals that I added it in this week. And I enjoyed this one cozy in front of my fireplace, just staring into the depths of the flame and allowing my brain to go into a meditative state. Okay, so I will preface this breakfast in saying that it does take more than 30 minutes, but it's with the intention of being breakfast for the rest of the week, so that way you do not have to think about breakfast anymore. And it takes like 3 seconds to put it on your plate. So I would say the 45 to 55-ish minutes that this one takes you is worth it. I love meal prepping breakfast. I've said this 1,000 times. I am not a breakfast girly. Like, I just don't enjoy making it. I find it annoying. And of course I want to eat something at the start of my day, but making something at the start of my day just seems like way too much work. So having something I can just grab and enjoy without thinking is amazing. I did use 1 cup of cooked red quinoa. You obviously do have to cook the quinoa. You can't add dry quinoa into this. So that does add a little bit of time, but maybe this week you just meal prep some quinoa and use a cup of it in this oat stuff. And the reason I decided to add quinoa is because it has 9 essential amino acids, and if you are vegan, then that's amazing and it's great to start your day with. It's also just a fun new way to use quinoa. I always tend to use it for savory things, but I've started to experiment in putting it in like breakfast cookies and breakfast bake, and yeah, at the end of the day, like it doesn't taste like anything. You don't know it's in there, and when it's cooked, it just kind of turns into the thing that you are cooking it in. I did overcook this, however. I left it in the oven for about 35, maybe 40 minutes when it should have only been in there for 25. I just forgot to set a timer and then got doing my thing, getting ready, and forgot about it. But don't do that. For lunch, I loved this one. It was so good. Started it off by chopping up a red onion and mincing a little bit of ginger. Got a pot on medium heat, added some avocado oil, added my onion, added my ginger, did a little fry, and then got some curry powder in there along with a can of butter beans, about a tablespoon worth of tomato paste, and 1/4 cup of water. Salt to taste, allowed that to kind of marinate in there. Ah, damn it. I also added some vegan cheese, but I forgot to hit record, so I, as you see, chopped some up and then put it into the dish, allowed it to melt, and then once we were all good to go, I served it over some bread. You can 100% toast your bread. I couldn't be bothered, so I didn't. And for a little extra zest gourmet vibes, I topped it off with some cilantro. Yeah, this one was amazing. Highly, highly recommend it. And if you are gluten-free, then you could serve it over some brown rice, maybe serve it up with the quinoa that you're gonna meal prep, or just some gluten-free bread. Getting into dinner, I'm gonna make a Thai green curry. First things first, chopping up a red onion and getting that into the pot immediately on low heat, and then chopping my carrot in the meantime, chopping some zucchini and also some green pepper as well. I love chopping little zucchinis. I just find them so cute, like little roly-polies trying to run away from the knife. It's always just entertaining to do. But anyways, I got my carrot, a can of coconut milk, salted to taste, and then a package of green curry paste. I'm not making my own green curry. The grocery store does it for me. So threw that in there along with the zucchini and tofu. And while that's simmering away, I got some noodles on the go. A couple minutes before serving, I added 2 large handfuls of spinach, mixed that all together, and then we were ready to go. Plated up my noodles, plated up my curry, and you can 100% make the curry a little bit more soupy. I made it thick and then put it into a bowl that was too small, but thus is life. Sometimes we make choices and they don't really make all that much sense. But I felt like the bowl's vibe was Asian vibe, so I wanted to have my Thai curry in an Asian vibe bowl. So it makes sense, but it doesn't make sense. Every morning, I wake up, I go to the kitchen, I grab my AG1 bag out of the fridge, I grab my AG1 shaker bottle, I fill my bottle with about 8 ounces of water, I scoop up the AG1 powder, I put it inside of the bottle, I close the bottle, I shake the bottle, have a little dance party while I'm doing that, open the bottle, chug it back. That is how I start my day. And although I chug it, it is actually enjoyable to drink. It tastes lightly sweet and tropical, like pineapple. It doesn't taste like plant poison or artificial, like some other products that I've tried. I have brought the stuff around the world with me. That is how much I love it. It supports my immune system in a busy life of travel. Although I'm settled right now, even if I'm going away for a few days, I make sure that I have AG1 travel packs with me. And enough to share with my friends as well, because at any opportunity, I'm like, try this stuff, guys. I love it. It's amazing. Try AG1. And that's basically what I'm doing to you right now. I just love knowing that I'm putting so many vitamins, minerals, whole food source ingredients so simply inside of myself. I've seen the biggest, most significant impact in my skin and my nails. I have pretty dry, sensitive skin and suffered with eczema for a long time. And I just have found since using AG1 that my skin is just so much brighter and so much more nourished from the inside. And although sometimes I will have flare-ups, it's more from external factors like a harsh soap or a fragrant hand cream than internal food triggers that I suffered with for so long. And my nails, ooh, they can grow, girl. But AG1 supports people in so many different ways. You may already have amazing skin and amazing strong nails, but you could be missing something else that AG1 has, and you could feel a really big improvement in your clarity, focus, and energy, or even digestive issues. However, you are putting 75 vitamins, minerals, and whole food sourced ingredients inside of yourself, and I feel like that can't be a bad thing. They are also NSF certified for sport to ensure safety and quality. They also source their ingredients from the highest quality that they could possibly find. So I hope you give them a try, because I truly, truly love them and have felt a difference in my life. If you want to try them out, click the link down in the description box, and when you do so, with your first purchase, you will get 5 free travel packs as well as a 1-year supply of vitamin D3 K2. Thank you so much, AG1, for sponsoring today's video, and let's get on with the rest of the recipes.
So like I said, I did overcook my chocolate bake thing. So I decided to add a little bit of oat milk on top of it to kind of loosen things up, get it a little bit more moist. You do not have to do that if you do not overcook it like I did. And today, because we were a little bit busy in the kitchen yesterday, we are taking it easy for lunch and just warming up our leftover herby soup. I did have some leftover pasta that was hanging out in the fridge and I really needed to use it, so I threw that into the soupy mixture as well. And while I was warming up, I enjoyed my beautiful view, relaxed for the 4 minutes that it took to warm up. Man, I am so blessed. Like, how is this my view? Like, I can't even, like, I'm just so beyond grateful and full of love. Like, since I've been here, I feel like my heart has truly expanded like 1,000 times. And I want to remind you that the universe actually wants to give you what you want. It does. It truly does. But you have to put yourself in the right energy to receive it. I have been working really hard in creating a little bit more structure in my manifestation and my meditation practice recently. And the amount of signs I have received from the universe is incomprehensible. Like, I've been asking for some pretty crazy signs. Every single one I have been receiving. So I'm encouraging you to put the efforts into do the things that help grow your heart, that help grow gratitude. Because the more you sit in love and the more you sit in gratitude, the more the universe can actually give you. And I know maybe it's a little oversaid on the internet that manifestation works, but I'm telling you it does, and meditation is the key to that. Because in meditation you can open your heart to so much love and gratitude, and you have to be in the frequency of receiving what you want.
She started hating, I've been waking up too early, I'm in
For lunch, I'm making Buddha bowls for me and my beautiful girlfriend that was coming over to visit me, and I got started by chopping up a whole block of tofu, first slicing it down lengthwise, I guess. Chopping it into the cubes that your heart desires, truly. Covering it with oil and a good amount of salt, and then I'm going to throw that into the oven on convection. You can 100% air fry this if you have an air fryer. And if you don't have a convection oven, don't worry. It may just take a little bit longer for them to get brown and crispy, and it may require you to flip them, unfortunately. Convection is amazing. First time I've ever had a convection oven, and wow, like 10 out of 10. Would recommend. As I was chopping my vegetables, I got a message from her saying that she was here, so I abandoned the video, and then bam, everything was finished. There was really nothing to show. I just chopped up a bunch of things and then made a peanut butter dressing. I have made a million peanut butter dressings on this channel before, but feel free to screenshot this recipe. It was so delicious and creamy. And all in all, this meal took about 25 minutes and had so many good long chats with my girlie. I got an early start on dinner, sauteing up a bunch of vegetables, red onion, eggplant, and a couple little zucchinis, seasoned that to taste, and that's really all I did. I just fried them up, allowed them to get nice and brown. I made another herby sauce to go with it. Basil, parsley, tahini, half of a lemon's juice, garlic powder, salt to taste, black pepper, chili oil for a little spice, but feel free to opt that out just for regular oil, and a good splash of water, depending on how thin you want to make it. I decided to make this one quite thin, so I added a good splash of water. And once the veggies were done, I plated them and realized that I still have some pasta I need to cook, so I threw that into the pan that was already hot with a little bit of water. Realized that I needed some protein, so then added some tempeh to the pan and also warmed it up. Did not do anything to it other than add a splash of water to help the heating process. Covered the bowl with my herby sauce, and oof, I recommend this one. It was really, really delicious. And not a lot of thinking either. I didn't season the vegetables. All I did was add salt, fried them up, didn't do anything to the pasta or the tempeh. All I did was make a herby sauce and chuck it on everything.
During which I told the participants to focus on 2 or 3 negative emotions or limited.
I've been thinking about good times, so tell me all your worst lies.
How did I not break the bowl? No noticeable cracks, okay.
I still had some green herby soup left over, so I warmed that up and enjoyed it for lunch. I did chuck in a little bit of green pepper as well, just because I had it hanging out in the fridge and thought, why not? And for a little extra substance, I decided to dip some bread in some olive oil, balsamic vinegar, salt, pepper, and a little bit of chili oil as well. Oof, bread and balsamic vinegar and oil. Need I say more?
But fuck if I know, I'm searching for them high notes. I'm slipping in my slippers, playing samples off this vinyl. Getting better every motherfucking session with my freshness. This is imperfection, but a touch of perfect. No, I fucking murked it at the merchants, and I purchased what my curses in between these verses. How I really feel.
And let's head into our last dinner. We're making a tofu curry. I honestly just had a bunch of vegetables that I wanted to use up, so I started chopping away. I cubed about 4 small yellow potatoes, chopped, diced half of a red onion, collecting everything in the bowl beside me before I throw it all into the pan, mincing some garlic, some ginger, chopping some celery as well, and then heating my pot on medium, got some oil in there, threw all of that jazz besides the ginger and the garlic, and allowed that to do its thing with a little sprinkle of salt for about 5 to 7 minutes. And now we're gonna spice things up a bit. 1 tablespoon of your favorite red curry powder, our garlic, our ginger, some tomato paste for a little richness, a good splash of water, half of a block of tofu, black pepper. I added quite a bit. I felt like it needed it, so Add as you desire. Cover it with the lid and allow your potatoes to finish cooking. It should only take about 7 minutes or so, depending on how small you chop your potatoes. I suggest chopping them small. I added some fresh spinach, some mint for a little bit of tanginess, a little something different, half of a cup of fresh cilantro, some vegan cheese, and a little extra splash of water. While that was cooking, I did have some rice on the go, and once both the things were done, plated it up, and there we go, our last dinner. I truly hope you guys enjoyed today's video and got some meal inspiration. If you have any questions for any of these recipes, please pop it down in the comments and I will get back to you. I love you. I appreciate you more than I can express. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and remember that your uniqueness is so powerful. To listen to your heart, to listen to your soul is a true gift, because you are actually learning what you need to in this life to evolve.